Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett. I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on YouTube. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why would you ever want to miss it? Especially if you love the movies.
Hello, and welcome to Midnight Metal. Robert Meyer Burnett, fucking metal. Midnight Metal, Midnight Metal, Midnight Metal.
Welcome to Midnight Metal, my friends. It is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude. Or, as John Campea calls me, your existential Mr. Rogers. That's right, it's me, Robert Meyer Burnett. I got the dogs barking already. I think I scared him. I didn't scare the wee-woo guy. No bullshit guy. He's right here. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are new to the channel, Midnight Metal is a staple of the Post-Geek Singularity YouTube channel. It is a state of mind, people, and it was born out of the Snyder cut of Justice League when those trailers first hit. I was like, those trailers are fucking metal, man. I don't even know what that means. I was just like, yeah. I was like, that shit is so fucking metal. So fucking metal. So, and that's how this show was born. For those of you who don't know what it is. I mean, people like, because we haven't done it. I mean, we did it and let's face it. I mean, Midnight Metal was a party show. I was known. I used to get sloppy drunk on the show. We did interviews. We're still going to do it. You know, it's just kind of been in hibernation. But tonight I figured, hey, you know what? Right now, today, May 15th, is my birthday. So I figured, why not? You know, let's kick off my birthday. Look, I got all kinds of dogs here. What's going on? What's going on, you guys? I got Tallulah. I got the new puppy, Sebastian. And they love each other. Hey, guys, what's going on? Are you guys feeling metal tonight? I got Gilbert. Gilbert is here. All the dogs are here. Gilbert, here, here. Oh, don't you fight. Don't you fight. Come here, Gilbert. Come up here. Come up. Yes. Because Gilbert's metal as fuck, aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are, dude. You are so metal. Tallulah, would you like to come up too? Tallulah, you want to get metal? Come on. All right, well. You have Gilbert the Gilberian from the planet Gilbar. And then, of course, Tallulah and her paramour, the 14-year-old puppy, Sebastian. They play together all day long, but then they fight over me. It's crazy. They fight over me. So what can you do? But anyway, so on this show, traditionally, this tonight's going to be like a hybrid of the Robservations Midnighter and Midnight Metal. And you all know what that means. What that means is I'm going to bring you on this show. That's right. To celebrate my birthday, I'm going to celebrate the Post-Geek Singularity. You. All of you who are out there, I want to know what you have to say. I want you to come on. I'm going to put, so what you have to do, the only prerequisite here is you need to have a pretty good webcam and a microphone so we can hear you, you know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link. It is not a Zoom link. It is a rendezvous link using the software that I'm using, Wirecast. And you are going to come on this show. And I'm going to talk to you. That's my birthday wish. I want to know what's going on with you. Now, yeah, you can send in tips or super chats and talk to me as well. But what I really want to do is hear from you. So I want to see your beautiful faces. I want you to tell me something good. I want you to tell me why you love Star Trek. Tell me why you hated Doctor Strange, but I loved it. I want you to talk about anything you want. That's my birthday wish. That's what I want from the Post-Geek Singularity. As you know, it's all about community. And, you know, this could be this. It's always been either a good thing. Okay, we got, you can't really see them, but I got Tallulah, I got Gilbert, I got Wee Woo. Number one bullshit guy. He's a meme. Sebastian's a meme. So I'm going to send out, I'm going to put it right down right now. I'm going to put it in the live chat. So, you know, what can I say? You got to be quick on the trigger finger. You probably are all too young to remember this. I'm a fucking old man. But when you try to win tickets to movies off of radio stations, you know, you'd have to like be the first caller or something like that. Well, there it is. It's in the live chat. Whoever, Sly Snide says the rendezvous link never seems to work properly for me. I don't know what to say. An oldie but a goodie, a friend of ours who has not been on this channel in a while. Cash is back. My man Cash, can you hear me, sir? Oh, Cash, I can hear you. Boy, you know what? It's kind of serendipitous that you're the first person to join us here. Let me just put you in. Let me add you to this this shindig because wow, let me tell you, I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to get the full update, the full Cash update. It has been a while, but you know what? That doesn't matter because we're all friends still. So everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome Cash. Cash to Midnight Metal.
Hello.
Cash, how?
Ginger motherfucker.
Okay, first of all, Cash, you got to tell everybody where you coming to us from tonight.
Oh, KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri. And let me ask you this: what have you been drinking tonight? I'm drinking a nice Pinot Noir from Francis Ford Coppola.
Been drinking some margaritas as usual.
Nice.
It's Saturday night.
And it's all right for
Fireball to
fighting.
follow.
Yeah, man. And so what kind of tequila you got in there?
It's just it's like El Toro. I mean,
All
when
right.
it comes to margaritas, it's like, hey, is he gonna fuck me up? Cool.
Nice. So you work hard, don't you? Tell people what you do for a living.
Wait tables at a Mexican restaurant. In fact,
Nice.
Some guy called me a douchebag today. I went, cool. Have a good day.
You
know?
got called a douchebag today?
Yeah.
Did
I
you do
found it
something?
funny.
Did you do something wrong, or did they?
It was kind of a tit for tat. It was so when I greet at the table, I go, "Hey, how's it going?"
Right.
And if I don't get a response, I go, "Hey, how's it going?"
Right.
And then, like, trying to get drink orders from these people, I was just like pulling teeth from a fucking dead alligator. And then at one point, I like pointed at my ear, like, "Hey, you need to listen up." And then the dude who called me a douchebag, it's like, "Hey, I have a hearing aid. You're offensive and a douchebag." It's like, cool, whatever. Can I talk to your manager? Yes. More than willing to let you do that. And that's how that kind of went down.
Well,
Other than that,
so I haven't done
Go ahead.
I haven't done a midnighter. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? How are things going for you, Cash?
I'm good. My collection is growing. I might show it off. Who knows?
What was the last piece you picked up?
Well, actually today I got the Storm Shadow 3 series
Yeah,
GI
yeah.
Joe.
Yep. Sweet.
I,
Do you dig it?
I haven't opened it up yet. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's see.
nice.
Do
I
my
mean, while you're
best.
doing, I mean, I got to flex. I mean, I can't get enough of my custom Prince figure all the way from the UK. I've been looking for this figure, this Purple Rain figure, for so long. It's so good. So thank you for somebody parting with this. I looked for this figure for years. It's one of 30. I know a lot of people. I'm a fanatical Prince fan, so there you go.
Oh yeah. Gold Prince is the fucking bomb. So I got a Hawkeye deluxe version here.
Okay,
that
yeah,
I'm
that's a
still
great.
putting
I
together.
have that figure. That's a great figure. That's the Ronin
Yeah.
figure from
Yes.
Endgame. It's really
The
good.
zipper fell off, so I haven't fucked with it for a few days.
Right.
And
Nice.
then, yeah.
So we got Bro Thor from Endgame. We got Thanos. Nice.
This is my favorite part of it, though. A little drunk. And
It's okay. It's my birthday, and everybody should be drunk or high or altered in some way. Oh, look at that, dude!
love that.
Come on, bruh. Look at that Mjolnir with Captain America.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, dude. That is a nice display. And apparently he plays for the 49ers, which, you know, as a Seahawks fan, I can't condone it, but okay. Look at that. You got Sideshow Wolverine there. Look at that. That's cool.
Yes. Back
Nice.
there.
That's a great
Sideshow
figure.
Cyclops, the one
Yes,
you
I have that
fucking
figure.
talked
I
about.
love that figure. Oh, is
This
that
one-
that is, I have that figure. Oh, wait, now is that the Sideshow or is that the So-So Toys Cyclops?
It's the Sideshow.
Nice. All right. There you go. Okay.
I tend to go with Sideshow over So-So or...
No one's perfect. It's fine. It's cool. You're all, it's good.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I'm just kidding. I got my So-So Gambit over there. I can flex, but I won't. Oh, look at that! Wow, check that out. And that's from
3-0.
3-0, right? Oh,
Yep.
look at that!
Oh, God. Can't wait to open
Very
it up.
nice. Very, very nice.
And then you get the snake eyes to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about the extent of it. I'm looking forward to going to Dallas on the third week of June. For
What are you? Is there a convention there?
There's, I think it's WonderCon,
Okay, nice.
but turn my camera off.
Well, Catch, let me ask you this: the six. What are some of the 6-scale figures? I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Third-party figures are crushing it. Sideshow, Hot Toys, man, they keep releasing stuff. What are you looking forward to most as far as 6-scale figures are concerned?
I think the Spider-Man No Way Home collection. Like, I want to get that Duck Hawk. I want that Green Goblin.
Yeah, man.
I've got the upgraded suit for Spider-Man coming from Far From Home.
Yep.
Other than that, actually, I was looking earlier today, and I'm gonna get a gift for somebody, which I don't normally do. Do
Well,
the math there. But I'm gonna get her a Wesky from Princess Bride.
oh, I got to tell you, I got my lady that figure. I got Wesley. That figure is great. She loves it, and it comes with 2 different head sculpts. It's really good.
Yeah.
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yes, Dread Pirate Roberts. Thank you. It's
a great figure.
Earlier this week, and I was like, "That's her birthday present." So
Yeah, totally.
outside of that, I'm just trying to finish up my Infinity game run.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to do some aftermarket shit, looking for Nebula and Falcon. Not fucking. Sorry.
Dude, I know, man. I've got Nebula. The Nebula figure is great, and I want Falcon. That's a pricey figure, but I want Falcon from Civil War.
Yes.
But I want the classic red Falcon. Now
Yeah.
I have the first Falcon. I have Falcon from Winter Soldier, which I dig. It's a great figure. Love that figure. but I really want Falcon from Civil War. That was a figure I slept on. I mean, I slept on Ragnarok and I slept on Rogue One. That's those big holes in my collection. You know.
I slept on a lot of shit, and now I'm kind of regretting it. God
I know.
damn.
I know. I mean, you know, I'm still I'm happy I have my some old school Star Wars troopers and shit, the ones that weren't stolen when I was
Like
moving.
from the 501?
Yeah, I mean, this is
That's Clone Wars. Too.
yeah, it's Clone Wars, but I do dig these figures. I mean, they're pretty cool. I mean, I'm my Modja cases I'm building over here because I'm moving in, trying to get all this. It's cool. There's lots of stuff behind me. But anyway,
Don't
listen.
worry, I'm gonna start building Modja cases right here. I'm gonna get rid of all this
Nice.
and just build Modja cases up because I want to do the in-game line. I want to do the Spider-Man No Way Home,
Yeah.
and then the G.I. Joe series that they're doing with
Nice.
Storm Shadow is my first one.
Yeah. No, they're great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
for me,
Baymax,
I got 9 DF60s in a Hollywood Squares thing, and then the bottom drawers, which I'm building and I'm putting extra lights in them, but they're going over there, and when they're all done, I'm it's gonna be interesting. Like I don't know if I'm gonna do like full on because it's what I did was I took 3 cubes. And I should have gotten DF-120s, but I didn't. Because Sideshow doesn't sell those. And I got 3 of them, and I've built them together. So I have 3, 3, and 3. But you can spread them out. Yeah, Hollywood Squares.
You have Paul, what's his in the middle?
Paul Lynn?
Paul Lynn, thank you.
Yeah.
I had to think of that.
Center gets the square. Don't have that yet. Well, listen, Cash, I'm going to rotate some people in. It's great to see you again. I'm glad to see you're still collecting. And happy to see you, and thanks for being here on my birthday. By the way, I didn't ask you, are you feeling fucking metal tonight, dude? Are you feeling fucking metal?
I always feel fucking metal.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I want to hear.
That.
All right, Cash.
It's always good to talk to you.
Always good to talk to you. Good to see you, sir. And we will see you again.
Obviously.
Yes. And so, you know what? I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. So we have Anton. Anton, can you hear me? All right, Anton. You're a little low. Volume's a little low, but yeah, there you go. You're good. You're good now. 5x5. You're in the pipe. Pardon me, not pike. I'm going to put you in, Anton. Put you in the show, Coach. Welcome to my birthday Midnight Metal stream, and it's good to have you here. Now, hang on. Let me just. The honor is all mine. Now, hang on. Let me. So, is that your position right now? Stay right there. So, everyone, welcome Anton to Midnight Metal. Now, Anton, I have to ask a question because it's Midnight Metal. The question is, are you feeling fucking metal tonight, Anton? Are you feeling fucking metal?
Very much so.
All right. So, Anton, tell the folks at home, where are you coming to us from?
Not far from you. I'm in SoCal.
SoCal, where? Somewhere. You don't have to tell me your exact location, but where
I know you and John, you guys are all in LA. I'm in OC, but I used to live in LA.
California, here I come. You're in the OC. I get it. Da-na-na-na-na. Did you have any problem with the fires that destroyed?
You know what?
Million? Yeah?
So right when I moved to LA, so I had been bouncing around a bunch of different cities and countries for work, and when I moved back to LA, I don't know, within a couple of months, the OC fire happened, and it was a stone's throw from where my mom lives, and so after work, I took off. And I drove down to OC, and my mom had evacuated already. And I just wanted to see how close it actually was. And as I pulled onto the residential street that my mom's house is on, the cops had it blockaded, and they're like, "No, you gotta get out of here." And so it was that close, but we were fine in the end. But yeah, thanks for asking.
No. So let me ask you this: would you consider yourself an imagination connoisseur?
I've been watching you for years on the John Campea show, but I've been watching your specific YouTube channel for probably, I would say, the last year.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you.
I think the episode that really got me hooked on your specific YouTube channel was your analysis on the Bond franchise as a whole.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. Did you agree or disagree?
The one post No Time to Die.
Yeah. Now, are you a Bond fan?
I am a Bond fan. I was born in '83, so I don't remember everything.
So you were born the year Octopussy came out.
Right. So, in my opinion, I loved Skyfall. I was living in London at the time. I went on opening day.
Did you go to the Odeon Theater in Leicester Square?
I did not go to Leicester Square. That's
because I was there opening day in London. I was there.
That's crazy. I went to a cinema chain called the Curzon.
Like Curzon Dax from Deep Space Nine?
I don't watch Deep Space Nine.
What?
But I will say, and I don't know if you agree with this, watching Bond in the UK is a totally different experience from watching Bond in America.
I totally agree with you. So Skyfall was the 50th anniversary of the James Bond franchise. And I'm like, it was in 2012, and I'm like, as a lifelong Bond fan, it was opening 2 weeks. Like, I've gone to press screenings of the Bond films here domestically since Octopussy in 1983. And I didn't want to go to a press screening. I wanted to go to the UK and see a Bond movie. And to me, Leicester Square, the Odeon Cinema in Leicester Square, was ground zero for Bond.
Yeah.
And like you said, I wanted to go see it with a British audience.
It's totally different.
Totally different.
They cheer.
Dude, it was.
They cheer like an MCU film.
It was so good. Like, ultimately, I didn't like Skyfall, I have to say, and that we won't get into that, but I did fly to the UK to see it.
Yeah.
And my friend Charlie de Lazarica came, and Terrier, who people who watch his channel know, he came down with his lady at the time, Julie, and they came in, and my friend Emma came, and so I had like an international crew come to watch it. And it was one of my favorite movie-going experiences I've ever had. But my God, you are so right. I mean, it was like being at a religious revival.
Yeah.
Like, James Bond is kind of like Jesus Christ for the Brits.
It was actually kind of shocking because as an American, and you go see Bond, it's just kind of like quiet throughout. Right? But then this was like an MCU film. And this was in the midst of the MCU era.
Yes, this was the same year as Avengers.
Right. And so people are cheering like Captain America just picked up Mjolnir. And I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on here?
And that film is totally London-centric.
It's almost all based in London.
Yeah, and so when you saw the locations, I am totally with you. It was an amazing experience. So what brought you to London?
So the company I was working for, they wanted to open up a UK branch. So they asked me to go there. So I was there for 3 years.
Wow, did you like it? How was London for 3 years?
I loved it. It
is the first time I went to London, I was working on the Lord of the Rings special features, and everyone was scared to interview Christopher Lee, and I'm like, Are you all high? Are you kidding? So they sent me to London for the specific purpose of interviewing Christopher Lee, and we interviewed him. We got a suite at the Dorchester Hotel. And,
very fancy.
Yeah, well, when you interview celebrities, you need to give them a place where they feel so. I wasn't staying there. I was staying at actually the St. Martin's Lane, Ian Schrager's hotel, which I loved. I love St. Martin's Lane. I've stayed there multiple times. It's a great hotel. And so I was there like a couple days in advance. And it's in the West End. And London is one of the world's great cities.
Yeah.
You know, I'd never been there before. I'd been to Spain but Barcelona, which I love. But my God, is London I would totally live there.
Yeah. So
I would love to live there for a couple of years.
There was I read something, this was decades ago, but it's, for example, let's just say, for example, that there's 200 spoken languages in the world. I don't know that it's the number, but let's just use that number for example.
I'll buy it.
The study said you can find 198 of them spoken in London.
Oh, I mean, that's one of the things that I loved. You know, the mayor of London was here in L.A. this week. Right. And he was here. What was interesting, the mayor of London was here studying cannabis because, pot's legal here. It's not legal in the UK. And they're trying to figure out what can we do. And in the UK currently, the same population centers are, at risk for criminality because of marijuana. And so he was here to be like, how do we figure this out? I heard him on NPR. His name, Khan, I forget his first name, but he sounded. Here's the thing: everybody I met in London, and maybe it's because I haven't. Smart. Yeah, the accent prejudice. It depends where you go. It depends where you go.
Once you get used to the accents, you can quickly tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is kind of like a standard. Like you and I have a standard neutral American accent.
Right.
We don't have a Southern accent. We don't have an East Coast accent. We don't have a Midwest accent. We just have a standard. I wouldn't even say we have a California accent.
No, dude, totally. I mean,
exactly.
Dude, I totally shredded the waves in Zuma this morning, bruh. It was right. No, but I agree with you. We don't have that. So let me ask you this. Sure. Do you collect hot toys? Do you collect physical media?
I don't.
Okay, that's all right. You're modern. I get it.
Well, I mean,
I'm an old man. It's fine.
I mean, I'm not. I don't think you're that much older than I am.
I don't know. You look younger than me. I don't know.
I look young, but I'm almost 40.
Oh my God, I'm older than you. But no, that's good. Almost 40.
Not by much.
Almost 40 though. That's. Now let me ask you this.
Sure.
So
I have questions for you too, by the way.
Okay. Well, you know what? Then let me fire them off. What are your questions? I will answer them.
So first of all, like I said before, it's truly an honor to be speaking to you.
Well, no, it's literally my honor that you were here watching and we can chat, because I have to say I haven't done one of these live chats with audience members in a long time, and I love this because I never know who I'm going to meet. So it's thank you for being here, and I appreciate it.
And while I've been dying to ask you these questions for years, I hope that they can be somewhat interesting to you as well.
Of course.
By the way, just quick aside before I ask the first question, I messaged you. I don't know if I'm overstepping, but I messaged you on Instagram earlier this week because I had watched your Multiverse of Madness spoiler review, and you were like, "Hey guys, here's my social. Message me on social if you want to talk."
Okay, so, let me talk. Okay, Instagram. Here's the thing. I forget that people can message me on Instagram. So on Twitter, I'm always on Twitter. People slide into my DMs. I'll answer you right away. If I don't answer you on Instagram, it's because I'm a moron.
I'll do it on Twitter then.
But because I forget. Even my girlfriend messages me on Instagram. She's like, "You don't answer." I'm like, I never. Only because I'm just learning. I forget people can message you on Instagram.
Got it.
I mean so don't take it as a slight. Anybody. I mean, John Campea doesn't follow me on Instagram.
Right.
That guy. Fuck you, John. Why don't you follow me on Instagram, buddy?
Yeah, John, what are you doing?
He will now.
Okay, so my first question is, in your opinion, when a studio announces a new casting for a major IP, like a Batman or a Spider-Man or a, I don't know, Superman, whatever, generally speaking, movie reviewers and critics will be like, this is the one even when the movie comes out or the trailer comes out, it's always, this is the Batman I've always wanted. This is the Spider-Man that I've always wanted. This is based on this comic, or this is darker, or this, you know, like it's more intense, or it's lighter. He's a child. And then 10 years later, when the trilogy is out and they recast again, I feel like I hear the same thing. Like, Tom Holland is a Spider-Man. I'm a fuck Andrew Garfield. This is the one I've always wanted. Or you know, like,
totally.
Pattinson's the one I've always wanted.
I
feel like, okay, well, which one is it? So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you know, I always say that pop culture has a half-life of 20 years.
Okay.
And everybody wants their time to be relevant. Like when you're watching movies and you're a fan, I mean, and for me, the peak movie-going years are 15 to 25. Like the movies you see when you're 15 to 25, it can be earlier or a little later, but I would say middle school and high school are hugely important because you have enough time where you can watch movies over and over again. You know, and by the way, this is based because I'm old. Nowadays, I didn't have TikTok. I didn't have, like, and even I get sucked into watching reels or whatever. Right. But I would watch movies over and over and over and over again between the ages of 12, 13, and all the way up to 25. I don't think kids today have the same importance. They don't feel the same importance. That movies don't matter as much as they used to.
Maybe they're too long.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. And I understand because now everyone is the center of their own universe and you can program your media to come into you. So that's a whole different vibe. Movies are about you. If you're a movie fan, you're looking outside yourself to stories that matter to you. You know, as opposed to curating your own entertainment experience to be about you. Movies aren't about you. Movies are about other people, and you want to learn from them. Now we have so much information where, oh wait, I'm the center of my own universe. I just want information that comes in that I want. So that's a change. But I would say this, you know, the thing about casting, like Robert Pattinson as Batman, he hasn't been Edward, right, in Twilight for a long time. Right. He's been doing a lot of other work, but this idea that fandom pigeonholes him as the Twilight boy, you know, as we said on the John Campy show, he hasn't. If you see the Safdie brothers' Good Time, he's as far away from the Edward Cullen as you can possibly imagine. And yet, oh my God! I mean, you know, Robert Eggers' Lighthouse. But the people that are making these like comparisons, to me, it's easy and dare I say it, stupid. Like when
I think it's lazy.
It is lazy, and it's like, look, man, careers develop, and anybody who knows that Robert Pattinson is in it for like 2 decades. If you saw Tenet, like, not my favorite of Christopher Nolan's films, but he was great in it.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, it was very interesting to me that actors nowadays, everybody wants to pigeonhole them as one person. Like the same thing happened to Heath Ledger when he was announced as the Joker.
Yeah, that's true.
And anyone that looks like nowadays, you can't imagine. Like people think the definitive Joker. Well, we've got Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger playing very different Jokers. But the fact is, you know, when a studio decides to make a movie and roll the dice on a lead actor, this isn't just some willy-nilly decision. They've watched tape. They've looked at this. They've contemplated this. They've had people argue pro and con why this person should or should not be this character. This is not something when a studio comes out and goes, well, the Twilight boy is playing Batman, and cue the fanboy outrage. Warner Brothers knew that Robert Pattinson would kick ass. The same way the studio knew that Heath Ledger would kick ass, the same way they knew when Todd Phillips made Joaquin Phoenix Joker, they knew. And so when a studio picture a franchise property picks an actor, I'm there for it because I know that they've seen shit that we haven't seen, and when we see it, we'll feel the same way that those executives did. They'll blow us away, and almost without fail, that's happened. That's been the case.
Do you think we're okay because of the Nolan trilogy? We've been going in this direction of like darker, grittier, more realistic, and I mean, the Batman was 3 hours of like almost complete dark. I mean, there was a scene that was complete darkness, and every single line was like whispered, like it was the most important line in the script. Do you think we're gonna go too extreme eventually? Like somebody's gonna take it way too seriously?
You know, I would hope not, because at the end of the day, it's still Batman. You know,
Batman.
and it's like I did love Matt Reeves' The Batman. I really did love it. I love the feel of it, but like you just said, at the end of the day, I do want to have fun too. I mean, this idea that like I would love to see a Batman where Bruce Wayne is incredibly debonair and loves being Bruce Wayne, seduces women, and has a great time. Right. You know, and because we all want to be Batman, and I feel like whether you're watching Indiana Jones or a Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever your favorite characters, Romancing the Stone if you want to be Michael Douglas, whatever your favorite movie is, it's fun. It has to be fun. You see yourself. Batman can only be so self-important for so long before you're like, come on, dude, you're wearing a bat suit. Yeah. And it has to be kind of fun. And I feel that I understand everyone's like, no, we have to make it so dark. But we still have to make it fun. And I have to say, in The Batman, when the Batmobile was introduced, it was like a ferocious jungle cat. And seeing it in IMAX, we saw it the first time in IMAX, the sound design was so great. It was so, I called it ferocious. That was fun. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this kicks ass. And because this show is Midnight Metal, it was fucking metal. It was so much fun watching that car chase. And I'm like, even though, you know, I get it, it's dark, but man, this is fun. I do want this out of my Batman movies.
Yeah. And by the way, you know, please cut me off if I'm hogging up too much of your time.
Well, Anton, let me. First of all, it's great to meet you, and
nice meeting you as well.
I've got my man S Beam waiting in the wings. So it was good to have you. Thank you for coming on my birthday stream.
Happy birthday! I'll find you on Twitter.
Find me on Twitter, absolutely. And
all right.
Great to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, and thanks for coming out, man.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, an honor. And my man S Beam is here. Let me put him. I'm going to put you in. Just give me all you people out there in La La Land. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute, and let me bring on our next guest, our moderator, and another action figure collector, S Beam. Oh my God, S Beam. Let me just get you in here real quick. I'm sorry, it's taking me a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls, welcome S Beam to Midnight Metal. S Beam, you know what I'm going to ask you? You know what I'm going to ask you? Are you feeling fucking metal, dude? Are you fucking metal? Are you? Fuck yeah. Okay, good. Now that we've got that out of the way, how are you doing, sir? I love how you're always you're very even-keeled, even-strain. Okay. So what's up? What's going on? Your collections, your burgeoning collection of 1/12 or 1/6 scale figures is looking pretty good. Lighting is looking good, man. So let me ask you. I know I haven't seen you since a Midnighter like this, but you've added pieces to your collection. I know, don't we? If I told you how much I paid for this figure, I can't even begin. But Yeah, you don't want to know. It's fine. But you know what? I've wanted this for a long time, and you know I have my 6-scale band. But you've got, so let me ask you this. A lot of great 6-scale stuff coming out, third-party figures, hot toys. What are you excited about? What are some of your recent acquisitions? And what are some of the things that you are looking forward to? Oh, look at that. Do I believe that's me? Look at... see, I got to get that Bodega figure. That and which Thanos is in the background there? That's Endgame Thanos. I have 3 Thani. So I'm sorry, I'm dealing with my dogs, but I'm really enjoying seeing that. So how is the Bodega Cat? So explain to the folks at home, what is the Bodega Cat version of Miles Morales? They can't. I can hear you. Wait, say something. Ooh, wow! That is true. Hold on, that's interesting. We can't hear you. I don't know why. Let's see. That's weird. That is very strange that no one can hear you. Try again. No, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you, and I don't know why that is. Hey, can I kick you out and then bring you back? Okay, S-Beam, I don't know why people can't hear you, but that's odd. Let me just bring you out and bring on hold on there, Chris. We will bring you in. Hang on. Hopefully, Chris, can you hear me? I can hear you just fine. Let me put you in the show, Coach. I'm going to put you... actually, I'm the coach. I'm going to put you in. I don't know why we couldn't hear S-Beam. Let me make sure we can hear you, Chris. And let me bring you in. Hold on. I mean, you know, it's tough. It's tough out here when I'm... I love your background. Hang on. Let me. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I didn't realize you couldn't hear us. Beam. Let's see, Chris, say something.
Yes, something. Rob, how the hell are you?
Chris, we can hear you. Well, welcome to Midnight Metal. I have to ask you, Chris. Are you feeling fucking metal, Chris? Are you feeling fucking metal? All right, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. It's my birthday metal stream. I can say what I want. So, Chris,
dude, happy fucking birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me ask you, sir, where are you coming to us from?
I am in Burbank, California, my friend.
So you're right down the street?
Yes, sir.
Well, I actually, no, because I'm about an hour away, but I used to be.
Oh, you moved. That's right.
I moved. So the AMC Burbank 16, is that your go-to theater?
Yes, I was actually there today with my 2 sons, Akira and Atreyu.
Okay. Your sons are named Akira and Atreyu.
Goddamn right they are.
Fuck yeah. So let me get this straight. Like, the Never-Ending Story and Akira together, I don't even know what, like, you have to be flying on a luck dragon while you're on Akira's. By the way, I have Kaneda's motorcycle, 6 scale, right over there.
Woo. You know,
Tetsuo!
Oh, Kaneda!
Wow. So I gotta. So here's the thing. Are you married?
I am.
You're married. So first of all, kudos to you. I can't imagine. So tell us the story of when you went to your wife and said, "Honey, I have names for our sons." Because I gotta know, as an imagination connoisseur, I mean, my God, Atreyu and Akira, how did that happen? How'd you do it? Because it wasn't your wife's idea.
Yeah, no, well, Atreyu was hers, but Akira goes all the way back to 1989. And that was the first time I had seen the film. and it had such a profound effect on me. I immediately thought about the future, and I said, well, if I ever have a son, my firstborn son, I'm going to name him Akira. And that's what I did. But it did take some talking to. My wife wasn't on board at first. She's Asian, so it made it easier. But it was
Okay, she's Asian, but is she Japanese?
She is not. She's Filipino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which we love. And Campia is Filipina, so is Ray Ora.
Oh, yeah.
Streaming them
Filipino
every
pride,
day.
my friend. Filipino pride.
I'm telling you, there's some beautiful ladies there. They will kick your ass, though. They will kick your ass, as you know.
So she agreed to it, and Atreyu was actually her idea. She loves that movie. I love that movie. Who doesn't love that movie?
You know what? Wolfgang Petersen's version of the Never-Ending Story. I don't remember the lyrics. Here we are, do 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 do. I mean, come on, who doesn't love? And I want to this day, I want a luck dragon. Gilbert, come here. You want Gilbert? Come here, come on. Oh, he doesn't want to come over. He's kind of a luck dragon. When I look at my biggest dog, he's like Falcor, the luck dragon. He kind of is.
Oh, yeah.
He just doesn't fly. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. So your wife agreed. So you got Akira, and now are your kids old enough to understand where their names come from?
They're just now understanding. See, I work in the film industry, so I try to keep them up to date with all kinds of movies. But I'm a child of the 80s, so I always go back to the 80s, and we watch everything from the 80s, whether it's action, horror, sci-fi, comedy.
So what do you do in the entertainment industry?
Oh, brother, I do practical special effects. I've been doing it for 25 years.
Oh, my God. So, okay, for those of you who don't know, actually, you should tell us. When people think about special effects, they're like, I worked in makeup effects, which is very different than practical effects. There is visual effects, but practical effects. I've worked with people like Chris Corbold. I mean, practical effects are what?
Well, it's makeup effects, silicones, foam latex skins, mechanical effects, things of that nature. I'll give you an example. So I work at Legacy Effects, and we used to be Stan Winston Studios.
Okay, hang on a second. I have to bow to you. I have to bow to you. I have to say, Legacy. You guys did Fat Thor, right?
Yeah, I worked on that suit. I got pictures on my phone.
Okay, now I can say this because I'm a little loopy and kind of drunk. So I do I do a podcast called Designing Hollywood, and Shauna, who is the costume designer for Book of Boba Fett, they repurposed the Fat Thor suits for the Gamorreans in Book of Boba Fett, and she's like, "But you can't say that."
Yeah,
and I'm like,
no, we worked on Book of Boba Fett, so I worked on that show as well.
Yeah. So, dude, okay, I'm not worthy. I can't believe it's a great. First of all, let me just say it's a great honor to speak to you.
Oh, well, brother, I've been trying to talk to you forever. So this is just it was meant to be tonight, because I got some ideas that I want to throw your way. My supervisor and one of my dear friends is Shane Mahan. Who
Oh my
goes all
God!
the way back with,
Okay, I worked with him. I work for Tony Gardner.
yeah, I know Tony. I worked for Tony in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked at Altarian Studios on Army of Darkness, like 30 years ago. Shane was there, and Shane worked with Mitch Coughlin, my old roommate. And I mean, for those of you who don't know, the physical effects, the makeup effects, all that it's a very insular community, and everybody knows everyone else. But my God, Legacy Effects that's the ground zero. That's the place to work now, man.
Yeah, man. You know, they've done a really good job. When Stan died of cancer, they wanted to continue everything that he had been doing. So the natural, progression to honor him was to take that name and just kind of start from scratch, which is what they did. And we've really done a good job at building that name and standing on its own two legs and not really relying on Stan and from the past anymore. But don't get me wrong, it's still a tremendous help to let people know what we used to be and what we are now. It's just, it's the whole picture, and I think the past gives the future and the present context.
No, I agree, and for the folks playing at home, explain. So Legacy Effects is now, you guys have your fingers in the pie of many different franchises. So what are you guys working on? What is Legacy Effects working on now?
Well, we just finished Guardians of the Galaxy, Part 3.
Never heard of it.
That's been a huge show. So I've been working on a lot of the makeup effects, and we've been working on that for like 10 months, 11 months. It's been insane. We I don't know if you saw the tweet, but James Gunn sent out a tweet. We hit the Guinness Book of World Records.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Tell people at home how'd you do that?
Well, 10 months of just every day, so many makeups coming through the shop, and us doing these makeups and sending them to set, and the makeup artists down there taking what we create in the shop and then applying it to the actors and the actresses. It's been such a team effort, and James is such an amazing director. I got to work with him directly on set for Suicide Squad in Panama, which was an amazing trip. It happened right before COVID. So that was incredible.
And that film is so good. You guys did such a good job.
Oh, the stuff looks so good in it, doesn't it?
Oh, dude, it does. I mean, as somebody who, I began my career, my first job in the entertainment industry was working on Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. And then Army of Darkness and Tony Gardner. I mean, Tony Gardner and it was K&B and Altarian. We did all the Evil Ash stuff, and I worked on the Swamp Thing TV series I was painting Dick Durock's appliances. I mean,
that's awesome.
So makeup effects is near and dear to my heart, and but what you guys are doing, I mean, I love the idea that you had to create a name for yourself outside of Stan Winston, and you have. I mean, Legacy, you guys are working on everything, pretty much.
It's incredible. It's incredible to be a part of that team, to have the amount of work and the amount of opportunity that comes through there.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really get that at any other shop. I don't know if we're the biggest shop in the world when it comes to practical effects, but I know we're pretty damn close.
Well, I would say, I would say based on what you're working on, you are. Now, let me ask you this. I mean, so the people watching the show, like, to have you on here right now on my birthday show is very cool because to have industry professionals, it means a lot. But if you could
Rob, I fucking love you, man. I think you're fucking awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. But it's great to have you.
I love John. I love the show. But don't get it twisted. I turn in to that show to watch you, brother. I think you're fucking great. Oh,
well, thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. But let me tell you, I mean, you're out there on the front lines. But I would ask you if you could define for people, because they don't really understand. So when you're working on like Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the great things about Guardians, and people think, well, okay, Groot CG. But if you look at whether it's Palm, I can't pronounce her name, Clementov or whatever, and there's so much practical effects work where you guys are building stuff that has to work in camera.
Yeah.
So if you could give us kind of in a nutshell, an overall breakdown, what is the difference between practical effects and CG, and how do they merge?
Oh, it's a great question. So when it comes to practical effects, there's usually a series of steps to achieve like a final character, a final creation. And it usually starts in the computer nowadays with the design process. I think we got a couple of the best designers in the world, with Darnell Isom being one of the lead designers at Legacy. And so we will get a design and it'll get 3D printed a lot nowadays, which is definitely a lot different from the Stan days when we had a whole sculptor department, and you would just go in there and you would see just sculptures, dozens of them, 6, 7, 8 feet tall sometimes,
Right.
all made out of clay. And that's just not the case anymore. Everything comes out in pieces that are usually put together, especially when it's a bigger creature or a character. So once that process is at that point, then the sculptors take over and they add detail to it. They make it better. They refine it. They give it more life. They make it more three-dimensional. And that's a lot of the time the main process. And then when that's done, it goes into the mold department. Now in the mold department, you could have anything from a 2-piece mold to a 6, 7-piece mold, depending on the complexity of the character or the sculpture. Once the molding process is done, it's given to the casting department or the foam room. And depending on what creature it is or what makeup it is, it's either going to be ran out of foam latex or lots of different types of silicone.
Sure.
And then this is when I come into play. So I run the seaming and patching department. That's my team.
Okay.
So the foam department will give me, let's say, for example, on Guardians of the Galaxy, I was giving the Ravengers and all these different silicone makeups. Now, a lot of these makeups come out of 3, 4, 5-piece molds.
Yeah.
So in these molds, every wall that connects the mold to make it whole has a wall. And that wall creates a seam line that goes across the makeup of the silicone or the foam, in this case, silicone. So my job is to eradicate that seam line and to make it look like it never existed. And so I have to get rid of it and then re-sculpt detail out of the same silicone back into the makeup. And then it's painted and it looks like the seam was never there. You know, when we were kids and you'd get those toys, like a He-Man toy or something like that, and you'd see the damn seam on, you're like, well, what the hell is that?
Right. Because they didn't care. But on camera, you know, a human being or an alien does not have seam lines in their physique. So, and now how long have you worked? Let me ask you this quickly, because the Designing Hollywood podcast always asks this question. How did you get into this line of work?
Oh, man. You know, I grew up loving two things: horror movies in general, but horror specifically.
Yep.
And heavy metal.
Okay, so hang on,
knew-
because this show's fucking metal, and you're metal tonight. But let me
yeah.
ask you this: if you were on a cruise ship and it capsized and you went down and you found yourself washed up on a beach with an amazing surround sound system and 5 of your favorite horror films on 4K remastered disc, what would those 5 horror films be?
Well, I would definitely start with I think the one that started it all, which is the original Night of the Living Dead.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think
George
you
Romero,
can look,
1968. Yes.
Fuck yeah. You can look at the horror genre through one prism and one prism only, and that's Night of the Living Dead. And you can look at it as this: everything before Night of the Living Dead and everything after Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead changed the game so much. We wouldn't have had the Grindhouse era or Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre without Night of the Living Dead.
I agree. And by the way, Texas Chainsaw is also transcendent. But so Night of the Living Dead's 1. You have 4 more. 4 more.
Well, Return of the Living Dead right there. There you go. Yeah.
Wow. And of course, John Carpenter's The Thing right behind you there.
Yes. And so that's number 3, John Carpenter's The Thing. And then I'm going to go John Carpenter's Halloween.
Of course. You got to. 1978.
And then you know what? I'm going to go the trifecta. I'm going to go John Carpenter's The Fog.
Wow. Okay. Now, so I love that movie. I love Carpenter's score for that movie. I love Rob Bottin's effects. And of course, Rob Bottin is in that movie.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know, for those of you who don't know, Rob Bottin did the physical effects. I love The Howling. And the Howling and American Werewolf in London were the two competing werewolf movies. And of course, Robert Picardo, you know, in The Howling, he sticks his finger and pulls out a bullet. Let me give you a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
It's
I trusted
so good.
you, Karen.
Oh my God. I mean, Rob Bottin's work on The Howling is so good. And of course, in The Thing, but not to take away anything from, I mean, Rick Baker in '81 won the first makeup effects award for American Werewolf. So at the Oscars. So wow, you have quite good taste.
You know, that's the big debate around the water coolers in the effects industry is we usually pit Titan against a Titan, right? So we always talk about the Eddie Quisp transformation in The Howling.
Eddie Quisp.
Yeah. Versus David's transformation in American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
And I am under the house of The Howling. I just truly believe the lighting and the atmosphere in The Howling on the Eddie transformation just makes it more horrific than David's transformation.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you.
Oh, this is great.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with you only because you're not wrong. But here's the thing. David's transformation in American Werewolf, the lighting it's high key lighting. It's bright.
Yes. It's
very bright. And there is nowhere to hide anything. You're in a high key environment where so when you're watching a hand stretch, it's fucking bright. Now, for me, the difference is, I would say that Eddie Quisp's his transformation is more extreme.
It is.
You know, and it's, dare I say it, more fun.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're watching, and I'm, by the way, I'm only being a contrarian because I love them both.
Oh, they're amazing.
And they're amazing. And we'd never seen, I mean, what for those of you people at home are like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Okay. So in the early 80s, let me just say there were three movies about werewolves that you needed to talk about. One was American Werewolf, two was The Howling, and the third movie that nobody remembers. Wolfen! Fuck yeah, dude. Based on Whitley Strieber's novel. I mean, fuck yeah, Wolfen rules. But it's not the kind of werewolf movie, but it's part of that trifecta of...
Right.
Because, you know, it's still a fucking cool movie.
Yeah.
But it's not American Werewolf and it's not The Howling.
No, but you know what? In Wolfen's defense, I think Wolfen might have the best cinematography out of all three of those films.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, Wolfen rules. And by the way, come here. By the way, I don't know if you've seen him. Come here, Gilbert. Come here. He's kind of like a wolf. Come here, buddy. Yes. Look at this guy. Look at him. You could be a wolf. Yes, you could. Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is Gilbert. He's a Burnettdoodle. He is 25% Bernese Mountain Dog and 75% Poodle. He's 70 pounds, and he is the sweetest, kindest, gentlest werewolf. I mean, he's not really a werewolf, but he's awesome. But yeah, and it's so I love geeking out about Wolfen, Howling, The Howling, and American Werewolf. By the way, Dieter Bastian got me the greatest German American Werewolf 4K box set ever. I mean, it's so great. So,
brother, two things real quick, because I know you got a shitload of people that want to talk to you, man, and it's your birthday, and I want you to spread the love, my friend. Two things. Back to Shane Mahan. So he's one of my dear friends as well as my boss. And I'm also friends with Stan. So I worked for Stan as well. I started working at Stan's back in 2000 on Jurassic Park 3 and AI.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. So I'm good friends with his son, and I want to do a proper alien sit down and chat with Shane Mahan because he has the most amazing stories from Pinewood Studios you have ever fucking heard.
On Alien 3?
No, on Aliens.
On Aliens. Oh, yeah. I would love that. Dude,
I want you to MC it.
I'm in. Count me in.
I'd like to contact you after. I would love to contact you after the show and talk to you about this.
I am done. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And you know, I haven't talked to John, but we should put it on the Campia YouTube channel. He's got almost 300,000 subscribers.
Oh, dude, and you know what? Even add to it. So I talked to Matt Winston, and he said he could probably get the Winston archive to give us never before seen behind the scenes footage.
It would be amazing, So I do the Designing Hollywood podcast, and it was very funny because, I met Marilyn Vance and Marilyn Vance's daughter Martika, and I was like at John's house, and I'm like the Marilyn Vance, and Martika's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, your mom, like Marilyn Vance Straker, like there would be no Eurotrash terrorists unless Marilyn Vance designed them for Die Hard. And they all laughed. And so now I've been doing the Designing Hollywood podcast where we're talking to costume designers and makeup effects people. And we've never done a live roundtable before. We might be able to get it sponsored.
Oh, man, dude. I mean, I think it would be out of sight. And like I said, he's got stories that are just going to blow your fucking mind.
Oh, yeah, we should do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
So what's the best way to contact you after this?
Well, I'll tell everyone right now. My regular email is rmburnett1701@gmail.com. Slide into my DMs. I'm an easy man to find. I feel like I'm Willem Dafoe and To Live and Die in L.A. I'm an easy man to find. I've been coming to this gym once or twice every week for 10 years or whatever. That's an obscure movie reference because I love To Live and Die in L.A. I have 4 different copies of it on physical media.
Hey, you know what, brother? I know all the different things you got your hands in, but I think that there's nothing out there like this. I know Steve Wang. I know all these amazing, incredible artists all over the industry. I think there's a podcast out there that should be done interviewing all these titans in the special effects industry about past, present, and future films.
I agree. And I think that if we can get footage that no one's ever seen before. I mean, I've worked on DVD special features and I've interviewed so many people, but there's so much footage out there that no one's ever seen.
No, man.
And the funny thing about it is the studios no longer care. They used to care. They would slap down, cease and desists. They don't even know. They don't know anymore. I mean, I'm about ready to. I recently moved. I have thousands of hours of interviews I did for DVD special features that I just didn't give back.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like, I should just put them up on my YouTube channel, but it would be great. But listen, Chris.
Yes, sir.
We will stay in touch. I want to thank you. It was so good to meet you.
Dude, the pleasure's all mine. Happy motherfucking birthday, man.
Thanks, dude. And you have, I mean, my God, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much. And Atreyu and Akira, give them my very best.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, this is like the greatest birthday ever. Michael Elliott, how are you, sir? Hang on, Well, Michael, hang on, let me bring you in. I've got to I'm going to. Well, that's okay. I mean, with Chris, hang on, I'm going to bring you in. Michael Elliott. So, for those of you who are watching me, Michael Elliott was somebody I met with our the Midnighter, and he is a longtime fan of the channel, and he's been here many different times. And dare I say it, he is one cool motherfucker. So, Michael Elliott, welcome to, well, a special edition of Midnight Metal. First of all, Michael, you know what I have to ask you. Are you feeling fucking metal tonight, Michael? Are you? Are you fucking metal?
Oh, am I feeling metal? How about this, Rob? How metal is this, Rob? How metal? How metal?
Yeah, dude, that's some fucking Gene Simmons. That's pretty metal. So, Michael.
Yes.
it's a new show. People don't know where you're from, what you're doing. Please. By the way, I don't know if we can hear your microphone. We might be hearing your computer.
Let me check to see if I have the right.
Because I mean, dude, the dulcet tones of your voice are fantastic.
Here we go. I see what's going on.
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, that dude.
That's
you know what? Listen, say something sweet. Let me just hear the dulcet, silky, smooth tones of your voice. Oh God, come on, man. Now, can you bolster? Can you give me a little volume? Give me a little, like, make it louder.
How is this? Is it better?
Oh,
how's
God.
that?
So good.
This
Michael.
is Elliott live.
Okay, Michael Elliott live. You
Now,
sound so
why
good.
am I seeing a whole different angle of my camera? Interesting.
I don't know. So listen, I have to ask you, Michael. You have to tell people because you have to assume no one's ever been here before.
Okey
What?
dokey.
Where are you coming to us from?
I'm coming to you from Motown, Detroit, Michigan.
All right.
Motor City. Yeah.
The Motor City. Now, let me ask you. People have been firing in super chats to this show,
Oh, that's
and
good.
I would like to ask you because you've been here before to help me answer them. Are you down with that?
Well, sure.
So
For
these
you,
are
Rob, it's your birthday. I'm down for anything.
all right. So I've got people. So one of my favorite people in the world, Mike Alito, who lives in New York. Mike Alito says, 1 foot in the grave? Give me a break. Happy birthday, Rob. Well, I have to say, okay, that's fine. And then Ron Hall sends in a super chat and says, Notorious RMB, it's your birthday. Celebrate hard. I am. I'm celebrating hard. Here's a 40 ounce on me. Happy birthday, bro. Stephen Lambrodies sends in a super chat and says, yeah, I want to come on. Love you, Rob. Well, come on. Swag props. Our friend Cal, who's in, he's actually in the islands. He's way over in the Philippines. He says, happy birthday, Rob. Surely the best of times. A Star Trek reference. Midnight's Edge says, oh my God. Happy birthday, my friend. Here's some Viking money for the best of us. That comes from probably Andre in Norway. So, which is great. Now, let me ask you this, Michael.
Yes, sir.
I was hoping, I love the fact. Thank you all for the generous birthday wishes. I thought somebody would ask some crazy questions with you, but let me ask you this. I mean, you've been a broadcaster. You're in the Motor City. You're also a toy collector. You don't collect 6 scale though.
And this is why I am so happy to come back on your show, particularly on your birthday, because I've been wanting to do this for a little while. I am officially a 6 scaler.
Come on, dude. You were you're like part of what was so fun about you. You're like, you guys talk about 6 scale, but okay, now you are. Now when you said, wait, hang on, I need some clarification.
Oh, do I have
I need some clarification, Michael. I do. I need if you're gonna say you're officially a 6th scaler, I need to know what that means. What does that mean, Michael?
Well, now, is that me or you? Oh, my
No,
goodness.
that was crazy. Whatever. I mean,
Okay,
I added Roger. I
put.
put Roger Robertson in the waiting room, and we were having whatever. But now I need Michael.
Okay.
I need you. First of all, perhaps you tee it up. Tell the viewers at home. I mean, you were not a 6th scaler. By the way, I love this. I now.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, they need to have definition of it.
Yeah, because they don't know. Like, you have to assume everybody here has never seen you before. Tell us about your transition from 12th scale to 6th scale.
Well, I started out collecting about a year and a half ago. Well, actually, resuming collecting because I collected when I was a little boy, and at that time there were
A wee
12-inch
lad.
or wee lad. There were 12-inch GI Joes.
Yeah, I
So
know.
so in a way, I was already in 6 scale when I was like late teens. To be
Yep.
honest with you.
Oh, I'm with you right there, buddy.
So coming back to the hobby or the passion, the love, I'm finding that the 6 scale toy uh, 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 companies out here are, I guess you can consider them elite toys because
Yeah,
they're
I
not
would say
cheap.
that. They are elite. Only special people can afford them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
So
good.
they're not. Yeah. So one of the things that defines 6 scale action figures from your normal retails like Marvel Legends or Todd
Sure.
McFarlane, although Todd McFarlane is 6 scale as well, and I'll show you that in a minute, Rob. Um, uh, there's a definitely a difference in the price, but it's also a difference in the quality of the product and the amazing amount of detail that goes into making the figures,
No, for
as
sure.
well as the incredible technology that is now giving you, I mean, almost picture perfect likeness of a particular star that might be portraying a particular superhero or fairy or
Sure.
dragon or whatever that is being portrayed. So it is a much more advanced technology. It's a like I said, it's a high end scale, and they do 6 scale is basically 12-inch. It's 6 scale is 12-inch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is.
yes, the size of a 12-inch figure is considered 6 scale. Well, I have not necessarily. I wasn't necessarily trying to resist going into 6 scale. It just wasn't within my budget. I mean, it's
By the
not.
way, Michael,
Yes.
it's within no one's budget.
Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you, Rob.
let's be clear.
Yes.
The weird fixation on 6 scale figures. This figure, one of my favorite figures I own.
Oh my God.
I mean, if I were to explain like what this
Fantastic.
cost and how long I've tried to, even Elizabeth, my lovely girlfriend, she would be like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" I'm like, "We could have bought a boat for that." I'm like, "Yeah, but it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this. Come on, man. Look at the glasses. Look at the face sculpt. My God." So if you could break down for the folks at home. I mean, no, it's all good. No, it's all good. But Michael, I mean, you can't hear me now because you don't have your cans on.
Sorry, I could hear you, but I was getting that feedback, so I had to put
Yeah,
my
no
headphones
worries.
on. I accidentally tripped something here. Sorry.
But
about
here's what I would ask you. You've had an epiphany.
Yes, sir.
You've had a religious reawakening. Why you no more 1/12 scale? You found 1/6 scale.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm
Please.
still 12 scale.
I'm just gonna I throw it out to you. I want to
Yes.
hear. I want to hear your story.
Okay, so I
Tell
haven't
me.
abandoned.
Okay. Tell me the epiphany.
Mhm.
What's going on?
Sure, I didn't abandon the 12 scale. I just I found that the way that the 6 scale community is going, the way that the companies that make these toys are going, the prices are going up even more. See, when I came in, it was before COVID.
Yeah.
And now everything is going up in price, which is taking it even further out of my reach, although I'm learning about aftermarkets. And
But I should say that like I get emails from people that I've been buying, small companies that make small batch toys. They're all like, we're getting fucked. They're so frustrated because there's a lot of really good companies out there because they use China to manufacture. Even China, the everything's gone crazy, and while this hobby has gone up in price, it's not. I don't feel the companies are gouging us. I feel their manufacturing has. There are companies now that are making products that we prepaid for, and they're losing money because the prices have gone up to manufacture what we bought a year ago.
But you're saying that these price hikes aren't unrealistic. For instance, what company dropped? Was it Hot Toys dropped Doctor Strange? From
Yeah.
The Multitude of Madness dropped a figure yesterday, I believe, or the day before.
Yeah, beautiful.
And they're asking $335. And I've heard people in the community going, "Are you crazy? Way too much." Rob, you don't believe so, and I'd like to hear your take.
Dude, no, it's way too much. I mean, as many accessories as there is, it's a beautiful figure. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Mm-hmm. Like, when I started buying Hot Toys, my first Hot Toy, by the way, was a bootleg. They were bootleggers. It was a George Lucas figure, the director, in like 2004. And, Hot Toys figures below $200 are great. But now they've inched up, and they're like, my God, you buy a 2-pack or something, you're looking at $400 or $500. And with Doctor Strange, like I love my Doctor Strange figure. It's an Infinity War Doctor Strange. I have it on my desk in front of me in front of the John Campea show. But $335 as a retail price, because they're giving you a bunch more magic things,
Which in actuality, if you look at the No Way Home Doctor Strange, they literally gave you a play set, because you got that stand that went with
Yep.
it. I
Yep.
mean, and it wasn't that under 300 before the
Yeah.
shipping and everything.
Yep.
So how do they justify?
Well,
Because to be honest with you, I would settle for if I couldn't afford the latest Doctor Strange from Hot Toys, I would settle for the No Way Home, because that head sculpt is outstanding. Even though this head sculpt is great, that head
no,
sculpt is great.
the Strange head sculpts are great, but here's the thing. I mean, I'm with you 100%, but I'm like, okay, I get it. The supply line chains and the look. I do feel that between inflation, supply line, all this, and COVID, my problem is this. All of these companies are making a shit ton of money. And I feel like we're all getting played. And even the toy world, we're getting played. I mean, I understand what Hot Toys is doing, but I'm like, bro, you cannot expect me to get excited for a Doctor Strange in the Mouth of Madness figure that's going to come out in, 2024? Exactly. Well, I don't know when it's coming out, so I haven't looked. But it's a great figure. I love that figure. It looks fantastic. The new,
yes,
it's amazing. But it's gonna come out in 2 fucking years. And it's like I'm like, you're not even manufacturing it now, and you're going by. I mean, at the end of the day, look, we all love these figures, but man, there's a limit to what we can all. Look. The fact that we spend this money on these figures at all is already abusive. It's just like, we should buy.
That when they pass those toys, Hot Toys or whatever company passes those figures on to Sideshow or whatever, the resellers here are probably buying those figures at least for half the price.
Oh,
that's just how manufacturing is. If you're gonna buy in volume, the more you buy, the less it costs. So that markup also from the resellers killing you as well, because they're getting those figures for a lot cheaper, and people's eyes would bug out if they knew, really, it doesn't cost that much to make these.
Well, let me ask you this, Michael. I would love to know, because a lot of people ask me, well, Rob, why do you collect figures? I would love to ask you. I mean, you're someone who's worked in the broadcast industry in Detroit for a long time. Why do you think people collect figures? What is the attraction for you?
The attraction for me is simply it gives me an opportunity to be creative and imagine, in the comfort of my own little place here. I can imagine worlds. I can build worlds. I can create worlds. And for someone, I grew up as an artist first, and then I got more into music later. But I was known as an artist when I was in junior high and high school, and everybody would want me to draw stuff for the teacher, and I have to tell them I can't do it because the teacher's gonna know it's me. And I'm not bragging, but I was exceptionally good. But as time progressed, I found my interest in creativity going into music, and so I've been a musician for almost all my life, a DJ for about 20 years, but now my passion for 6 scale, or should I say figures in general, has been reignited through, of course, you, Rob, and some of the people that I've met in the 6 scale community. I found, my place. And I kind of like being on the fringe, Rob, because I find that a lot of people in the 6 scale community are a little too emotional about all of this. And I think I bring balance to the force.
Dude, I am right there with you.
I'm sorry, but there are crybabies galore out here.
I mean, it's so funny because you know what? God bless everyone who cares that much. I mean, you think about in the grand scheme of things, this week we got photographs of the gigantic black hole at the center of the Milky Way. and while we don't have to deal with it in our own lifetimes, it's like the cosmic infinitude of the universe will destroy you. Oh my God. It will destroy you.
Good chance.
But until then, why not argue about 6 scale figures? I'm all about that, because it's what I love it. What I love about figure collecting is it's a manifestation of other people's creativity. Actors, costume designers, directors, studios, they've conjured these characters up that we love, that we want to have representation of in our, I'll give you an example. Oh wait, he's weighted down. Hang on. I have a figure, a 6 scale figure of the Gorn from the Star Trek episode Arena. Now, I think I got this like 10 years ago. It's great. It's awesome. I love it because I love classic Star Trek. And it's actually got a fabric thing. I don't even know why I have this. I don't even remember where it came from. And by the way, I can just say it doesn't look this bright in real life, but he also has a base. I don't want to live my life without this 6 scale representation of the Gorn from the first season original series of Star Trek episode Arena. I love this. My life is more enriched when I have this here. Yeah. And now
I saw the they had a Star Trek exhibition here about 5 years ago.
Yep.
At the Henry Ford Museum. Oh, Rob, they had every iteration of Star Trek artifacts. They had the Gorn, the original Gorn outfit there. Oh, it was an awesome. If you get a chance, you cannot miss that Star Trek exhibition.
Well, we had one here, and I participated in it.
I met the audience in general, but yeah. I know you're not missing it.
But so listen, Michael, I want to. Go ahead.
Before I go, please. One of the reasons why I needed to get on with you.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm in 6 scale. Rob, can I show you something?
Always.
And you're going to be the first.
Oh my God.
Because I've never shown a whole lot of people.
No, this is family. This is a family audience. It's proper, right? There's not some crazy. Yeah. Okay, I'm making a joke, but you never know.
I've got to go ahead and change my camera here so I can bring up this other one, and I'm going to show you the 6 scale. And you must understand, I don't use the term Grail lightly. I know that a lot of people in the community do. To me, Grail means one.
No, there's one. You have one Grail figure.
You can't. But people talk about having several Grails.
I know.
It's not a Grail. Grail means one, special. Rob, I was blessed enough to get, as my first 1/6 scale figure, my grail. I was talking to other six scalers, and I said, listen, if I ever get into six scale, the first one I'm going to get for sure is this. And Rob, you will be very familiar. Let me see here. Let me see. Change the camera here.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay. Let me say, I have that figure. I
know you do.
I got that figure too. Okay,
Dude, I know you. That's why I wanted you to see it, buddy.
Dude, first of all, how great is
Look
that
at that
figure?
face sculpt.
How great is that figure?
Oh man, the face sculpt is fantastic.
Wait, scooch it over a little bit. Yeah, look at that. I mean, okay.
But if you look, I've created like, those are the flaming towers, like when the movie first started.
Oh, I know.
Towers flaming. Then I've got
sushi. That's what my ex-wife called me.
I've
Cold
got the
fish.
unicorn. I put a unicorn up here, and then here, look, Rob. This is NECA's 2049. Let me get it closer. That's the 2049 NECA of Harrison Ford, and then I have all of the props that were in the 6 scale Harrison Ford, the original. Yeah, so I created like apartment for him, and then
dude, look at that figure. Come on, man, that figure
right
is so
here,
dope.
I've got Batista. Batista's got a huge knife in his hand, and he's outside of his apartment. Come, and he's pointing out. So, yeah, so I've got like a nice little thing set up here, and I thought.
But how? Now let me ask you: were you? Because I got that same figure, and how do you feel about it when you got it? Because I love that figure. I mean, the clothes are too clean. I want to take the figure out and have that. We don't have rain in Southern California, but I feel that they should rain on that figure. But how great is that figure, man?
Rob, it's a dream. This Harrison Ford is I would rank him as probably my favorite, easy to my top 5 favorite actors of all time.
Yeah.
I'm already working on I got Han Solo. I'm working on him, not a 6 scale, but I got a 12-inch. And I'm working on a nice little diorama for him. But Rob, one of the things in closing, there was something else I wanted to show you, but I don't want to do that now. One of the things that I did want to get out here is that I am on a stream now of 6 scalers, and it happens to be S-Beam.
Oh,
I've been on his stream for 6 months now. We just finished our 26th episode. I'm sure he was going to bring it up when he came on, but I definitely want to make sure he gets out here before you go off the air.
Oh no, he'll be on before we're done.
Yeah, he comes on Monday nights at 9:30, and we talk about everything, figures and movies. And we even have a game that we play. So, yeah, check him out. It's called Collector's Figure. So if you want to
love it,
yeah.
Well, Michael,
so, Rob, I'm so grateful that you brought me back on, and it's so good to see you again. And the happiest of birthdays, and mine was last Friday by it.
Well, thank you. I have to say, Michael, when we were doing Midnight Metal or the Midnighter, it was great to meet you, and I really love streaming with you. So it's great to hear you or have you back here. And I'm going to do more of this because I've missed it, and I think these late night. I think what was unique to bring on, I met so many cool people just bringing on people that I didn't know, and you were somebody that I love to talk to. So it's great to see you here again.
I appreciate that. I only wish I could be out in Cali for the Star Wars, celebration. But
come on, man, what's stopping you? Just come out.
It's called high prices. But and then in closing, I did want to acknowledge one thing. This man is amazing. He's such a great guy. S-Beam is a fantastic human being. He gifted me that Blade Runner.
Wow. Okay.
Gifted
S-Beam.
me.
Wow.
So I needed to acknowledge. I was waiting for a large crowd because, as I said, S-Beam, I want everybody to know how great a guy you are. So yes, thanks to S-Beam, I am officially a 6 scaler. So
all right. Well, S-Beam, you made Michael Elliott is now... He's an official 6 scaler. I love that.
Yep.
Well, Michael,
And
and by the way, that figure is so good. And all the accessories, it comes with a
It's
white
so
conf
dope, man.
machine. Come on.
So dope.
It's so good.
dope.
It's so dope.
Thanks,
Well,
Rob.
I will say it was good to see you. Thanks for
You
coming
too,
by
my
on my
friend.
birthday. I will see you later.
Take care.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's time. People have been sending me in super chats. By the way, that doesn't mean I'm not going to let you in. There are people waiting, and I'm going to bring them in. But a lot of people are very generous, sending in some super chats. Nick Markins sends in a super chat and says, "Happy birthday, Rob. Thanks for everything you do as our master of fun and wonder." Well, Nick, you know what? My dogs, all I have to do is put up a gummy bear. Watch this. Check it out. Gilbert, don't let me down. Come on. There you go. Come on, dude. Mwah. You were so good. You're such a good boy. I know. By the way, don't tell Elizabeth he licked my lips. She'll be pissed. She's like, "Why do you let them lick your lips?" I'm like, I don't know. Here's the funny thing about owning dogs. As an imagination connoisseur, you know what I love about dogs? I feel they're close. The closest thing I'll ever have to knowing an alien race. And I love dogs, and they can sense it. And it's weird. We have this symbiosis, and I understand there's all serotonin, whatever. It's great. So anyway, Nick, thank you. Sonny Dominguez, our man Sonny, says, "Birthday blessings. Do you have any wild birthday stories? Do you do the Hollywood party scenes like movies portray? I opted to do my adventures in Westlake Village. I prefer people there. They're more laid back and open." Well, okay. For those of you who don't know, I once was married to a woman named Elena Shevchenko, Ukrainian. She was delightful, smart, funny. We'd worked together for years before we ever dated. I mean, she was really a beautiful girl, and smart, talented. She's a graphic designer. She was amazing. She really was amazing. She threw me a secret, eyes wide shut birthday party. In the early 2000s, at my late friend Sean's house. Yeah, it was so weird. I mean, I walked in. It was right out of Eyes Wide Shut. I was like, oh. It was so crazy. And for me, I walked in. I was like, what's going on? It was so crazy. So I took off all my clothes, except my underwear, in front of all these people around the pool, and dove into the pool. So, there you go. There's my crazy, weird story. So, I don't know what that means, but there you go. Crosstalk sends in a super chat and says, "Another year gone for the man from Mercer Island." I am that guy. I lived on Mercer Island for 21 years. Hope you're well, Rob. Much love from Edmonton up here in Canuckland, sending metal vibes up here. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How do you feel about, do you think the Maple Leafs are going to win? What's going on? 50 and still metal. Fuck yeah, dude. We're 50 and still fucking metal. Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay. Yeah, 50 and still metal says, "Happy birthday, Rob. You are so fucking metal." Yes, I am. My God, I am. Yes, I am. Or I keep telling myself I am, but I think I am. Kiwi sends in a super chat and says, "Sup, American Gandalf?" Am I the American Gandalf? Keep it secret. Keep it safe. A happy birthday, no joke. I got a random notification from YouTube recommending me to the Cosmic Hunt video you and Schnepp both did. Good video. What? What's up, Gilly? Come here. Come here. Gilbert's like barking. Well, you know what? John Schnepp's birthday is a day after mine. We're the same age. Let's hoist our glasses to the late, great John Schnepp. He, on Monday, May 16th, 2022, would have turned 55. So, Edmontonian says, happy birthday, Rob. I'm sorry, but we put your Kings to bed for the season tonight. No, I know. Sorry, not sorry. But you're actually a Kraken fan anyway. Am I right? No, dude. I'm all where John goes. I want the Toronto Maple Leafs. Did they win? Can they win? Can anybody win? I want them to win. So, Edmontonian, I'm with you. I'm there. Peter sends in a tip and says, happy birthday. And Benedetta, Paul Verhoeven's new film, Crazy Nuns. Fuck yeah, it's metal. Yes, it is. Yes. Martino Simoni, one of my favorite people in the world, who keeps sending me. If you don't know who Martino Simoni is, on this channel there is, he has done Star Trek fan films with his Playmobil Enterprise. And you need to look them up because they are amazing. They are amazing. He's so good, and he recently leaked What? He recently he sent me footage of episode 3, and it's unbelievable. It's great. It's incredible. Martino says, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Message spot. Yes, Tom. Wow. Hang on. I can hear you. Let me put you in the show. Are you ready? I didn't know you were there. I was just doing super chats. Tom Jr. Jackson is coming on this show. Hang on. Give me a minute. I need to put you in the show, Tom. I didn't realize that you. By the way, you scared the shit out of me with that. Well. There you go. So, for those of you who don't know, one of the great stalwart, one of the great men, one of the great people of this community, is of course Tom Jr. Jackson, who coined the phrase, "We are all goof people." So Tom Jr. Jackson, welcome to Midnight Metal. My birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. Hey. Gilbert is barking outside. Gilbert, come here. Why are you barking outside? Tom, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Chat is hopping tonight.
Yeah?
We got good people in the chat. You know who's in the chat? I believe Dieter is in the chat. And Trinidad, the Island Man.
Oh, my God. Okay. Your Island Man. I've been worried about Trinidad, the Island Man. He's one of the foundational members of the Post-Geek Singularity. So, it's good to have him here.
We got some good people, good chat going on. As a matter of fact, people in the chat were saying they'd like to see James Gunn reboot the character of the Phantom.
That's interesting.
Who's
by the way, here's Gilbert, by the way. Gilbert, come on, dude. Come on, buddy. Dude, he loves, he loves gummy bears. He just loves gummy bears. No, you can't have them. They're from me. You know, there are people going to be like, oh my God, Rob Burnett abuses his dogs by feeding them gummy bears. Gilbert is
I
a
think
human.
they can have them. I mean, it's not like
Oh, they can because it's yes. I've actually looked into this.
yeah.
I know. Look at how much he loves. Would I deny him this? Okay. Come on, dude. By the way, this guy is a prince. Look at him. Okay, so Tallulah thinks
That was a great show last night, by the way, Rob.
Did you like it? How great?
Uh,
How great was it to see in the studio?
Really good. It was great to see her there. She and I were talking earlier tonight. She said that where she's staying, she can hear the fireworks from Disney.
Oh yeah, yep. Every
Yeah, I'm
night.
like, that's cool. Yeah.
I have to
But,
say, I mean, it was really special
way-
to meet her. I mean,
Yeah.
and I met her mother. It was amazing. I mean, she's one of the things that people don't understand is that when you're on YouTube and you like Tom, I feel like you're a good friend of mine.
Same here.
You and I have never met. You've never
We
met?
will at some point. We
No,
will.
I know, but I feel like you and I are good friends, and I think one of the interesting things about being online and being on YouTube and all that is that you meet people and you and I have interacted more over the last year than a lot of friends I've had for decades. And if I were to say like, yeah, I was hanging out with Tom, the guy who created all, we're all goof people. A lot of my friends would be like, wait, what? They wouldn't know.
Right.
Because, it's a very, this whole virtual world is a very interesting place to reside in. It's very strange. But it's also
a two-sided,
awesome.
I guess that's the time.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you've seen this. There's a clip that's going around that Paul McCartney is on tour, and he duets with John Lennon.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yep.
That I was showing that to a couple of people, and they're having like the goosebumps that happen from seeing that. But I soon too will be moving, as you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're moving. Why? First of all, tell us why are you moving, and tell us. I've seen where you're moving. It's amazing. So
Yeah.
why are you moving and where are you moving?
Okay, I'll give you all the direct address. No, I'm moving into Rhode Island,
Okay.
not that far from where I am, and just to get out of living in an apartment.
Sure.
Just to have a place where you have someone living upstairs from you or whatever. So it'll just be something nice, different, and
I'm sorry,
be closer to
Gilbert is being exceptionally needy right now.
Oh, and by the way, I should let everybody know that later on this morning, about 7:30 a.m. West Coast time, 10:30 a.m. East Coast time, RM on her channel, Positive Fandom, go check it out, is doing her Sunday brunch live. Her with her co-host Wes Whitfield. They will parlay all the pop culture that's been going on this past week and come in and join us.
Well, I love that, which is good. So, Tom, let me ask you this. You've been a foundational member of the Post-Geek Singularity. You've contributed so... Hey, yo. You've contributed so much. Now, let me ask you this. I mean, years into this. What do you think of the Post-Geek Singularity, and how can we make it better?
Well, I would say this. I think it's one of the best communities online. Like watching, like being in the chat, the things that people bring up, if it's about a certain movie or a topic, they get on it, they talk about it, they debate it. Some people go a little too hard on it, but everybody has their own voice and opinion on things, and I like that. Um, like I recently begun sharing my Funko pictures,
Right.
and Biden has put.
By the way,
a
your Funko
space
Pops
web-
get around, man.
Yeah,
They fly all around the world.
I think the most recent one I did this morning was yesterday morning was I took my Forrest Gump Funko Pop and put it in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory.
Yeah.
And I thought that'd be different because I thought about it the night before. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that one. So I try to think of interesting things to do and pictures to make with them. And it's fun doing that. I have a
agree.
blast.
And you do a great job.
Thank you. And I do want to say you did a great job filling in for John the other day.
Oh, thank you. I might have to do that. I have to say I was really nervous.
Yeah, everybody in the chat has been really supportive of you. They're like last night they were all supportive, and they're supportive again tonight for that.
Well, I appreciate that. It was weird because, people have always asked me. They're like, "Well, you have your own YouTube show. What? Why are you barking? You have your own YouTube show. Why do you go on someone else's?" I'm like, "Well, because I like being a guest. I like not being the lead man, and I like doing John's show. I like the way he produces it. I enjoy what he brings to it. I love the team that he's put together. It's so much fun for me." And Gilbert, there's a lot of people that don't quite get it. They're like, "Rob, I mean, you have your own thing." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. But as a daily job, it's pretty great. I enjoy it. I mean, there's
And
a lot
getting the word out
I
there
could be
about
digging
it,
ditches. Not that
True.
there's anything wrong with
And
that,
you're
because
getting the word out there about you too. It's
Yeah,
all
I mean,
branding.
yeah, it is. And I mean, ultimately, Tom, what I would hope, I just want to expand this community. The Post-Geek Singularity community is the best community on YouTube. And it's
It
the
is.
most inquisitive. It's the most fun. It's really good. And that's what I want to foster. That's what I want to see more of. So, hopefully that will.
It's a great community, and everybody's supportive of everyone else, and
I know.
it's I would say one of the best out there.
I think so too. I mean, I completely agree with you. And on that note, would you help me answer a few more super chats?
Sure, let's get some of those going.
First of all, Martino Simoni sends in a great super chat. Martino has made Play Trek. He talked about before, and I don't know his third episode. If you haven't watched the Play Trek episodes Martino has done, he lives in Europe, on the border between Italy and Switzerland. I mean, if you haven't seen his work, it's amazing. And his third episode of Play Trek involves G.I. Joe. It's just so incredible. So Martino said, he said he quotes Star Trek. That was where I left off. Best times, worst times. Message Spock. Martino, all I need to do is see your next episode. RRTNZ says, happy birthday, Rob. Hope it's a great one. It's always a great one. Stay well. By staying well away from the post-2009 Star Trek watch. Some TOS. Dude, okay. RRTNZ, don't you worry. I admit it. I will say I do own those Star Trek films on 4K. Actually, no, on Blu-ray, 2K. So yeah, I don't dig it. Don't dig it. Gilbert, stop. Not a
Playmobil
fan.
is doing the Bird of Prey next.
Oh, Tom, we know.
Did you know that?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we do. And I have to save my shekels. DJ N says, happy birthday, Robert Meyer Burnett. Well, thank you. Guys, what are you barking? Gilbert's like, what? Oh, wait, here's a super chat from Tom Jr. Jackson. Tom Jr. Jackson says, to live and die in L.A., in 4K. For why? Kino Lorber says they're going to do it. Happy birthday, Rob. Well, I don't know who this Tom Jr. Jackson is, but why does he taunt me? Why does he taunt me? Why does he roll out these taunts? It happens every week. That weird Tom Jr. Jackson guy, I don't even know who he is. I've never met him. All he does is talk to me about to live and die in L. Oh, hang on. Maybe the problem is with me. Excuse me, Tom. Are you still there?
Yeah.
So, Tom, you and I are friends, right? We've become friends.
Yeah.
You would say that, like, one of your mistakes, when you actually came up with the term "we are all goof people," you would say that you did that, right?
Yeah.
I would say that you did that too. I think that's great. So, you and I are simpatico across most things. Wouldn't you say that's true?
Yeah. True.
Okay, so let's talk about To Live and Die in L.A. on 4K from Kino Lorber. Do you have some insider knowledge? I'm just asking because you throw it out. You taunt me. You torment me, Tom. You make me feel lesser than I am because you have to remind me that I do not have To Live and Die in L.A. in 4K from Kino Lorber, and I want to know why. Why is it? Why do you feel the need to torment me, Tom? We're all goof people. Aren't we on the same page?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I figure if I keep putting it out there, someone at Kino Lorber is going to see it, and you and I are going to get a sweet piece of that pie, and they're going to send something to us.
Okay, Tom, I'd say that that's a pretty good save. It's pretty good. I think I'm like, wow, Tom's a pretty hey, the dogs are barking. But Tom, you know what? I'm gonna call foul. I'm gonna call a timeout. I'm gonna say, wow, I've got the dogs barking, and it's almost 2 a.m. But I would say, Tom,
It's about
but you know what? We're friends. I love you. But I'm tired of being tormented by you. You twist my heart. You twist my soul. You tease me with the idea that Kino Lorber is going to release a goddamn 4K of To Live and Die in L.A. I'm like, maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But you seem convinced. How many tweets? How many DMs? How many times have you actually said, you know, Rob, Kino Lorber is going to release a 4K version of To Live and Die in L.A. You know it. You torment me. You dangle me on a string. You make me feel bad. You have put a hot poker up my ass. And that hot poker says, Rob,
To Live and Die in L.A.
that there is a To Live and Die in L.A. in 4K. No, dude, there's not. I have seen no evidence of this. They shine us on. And you tread on my emotions. You know how much it means to me. Why do you do this? Why do you make me feel so bad?
You got me.
It's my goddamn birthday. It's my birthday, dude. Okay, first of all, for all of you, this is theater. I love Tom Jr. Jackson. And scene. Maybe, was I a little histrionic? I don't know. Tom, it's great to see you. Why the dogs are barking, I don't know. So, Tom, let me ask you this. You are a foundational member of the Post-Geek Singularity. Maybe you could tell the folks why be a part of it? Why? Like, you know? And your smiling face means a lot. So I don't mean to interrupt. So the floor is yours.
for as little as 99 cents. You too can be a member of the PGS and join us on Saturdays twice a month for Zoom calls with Rob, where we spend 3, 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes just shooting the shit.
It's true. There should be one tomorrow or today. I apologize, there isn't one, but next week there will be, and it will be epic. But
There will be a Let's Get Physical Media as well, right? Tomorrow?
Oh no, there is absolutely a Let's Get Physical Media. It's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Dear Bastian, your favorite German, my favorite German, every German from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. All of those Germans love the show.
Because this week I got the movie Dog, which, by the way, you got to see that with Channing Tatum. Excellent movie.
It looks great, so I can't wait
Dog,
to get it.
I got Uncharted. It was all right. It wasn't the best, but I'll let it slide. And then I got About Schmidt.
Wow, with Jack Nicholson.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Nice.
And then I got a classic, Career Opportunities.
With our favorite girl of all time.
Jennifer Connelly.
Oh, my God. Delish. Gilbert, what do you need, buddy? All my dogs are here. They're like, why are we asleep? Well, Tom, I want to have a career opportunity. I do. So let me just, while you're here, I think you sent me a super chat about To Live and Die in LA, and Dave M says, happy birthday, Rob, from Dave and Tom and the boys. We love you. Well, Dave M, Dave, Tom, the boys, I love you too. I would, that's kind of vague, but I want to say, Dave, Tom, and the boys, love you too. But here's the thing. We should all go to a movie together. Let's go see something, have a meal, and talk about it afterwards. That would be awesome. So, Dave M., thanks for the kind words. I will see you someday. Power Boom sends in super chat, Tom. Star Trek was more woke in the past. It's tame now. I would say, yeah. I you know what? I mean, the fact that they're trying to recreate a show from the 1960s in the 2020s, that's all I need to know. Why are you even bothering with this era? Don't get it. Don't know.
But I have to say, I'm enjoying Anson Mount.
I know he's great. He's great. No, he's great. He's great. He's awesome, but the stories don't. They don't. Well, no, but you're not wrong. He's really good. He's really good. Black Jack Hooligan sends in a super chat and says, "Happy birthday, Mr. Burnett. Live long and prosper." Well, thank you, Black Jack Hooligan. I hope I will, because if I can't, the mortgage here would go up very fast, and Elizabeth would be on the streets. So enigmatic drop bear sends in a super chat and says, "Happy birthday, Rob, and congrats on the new digs." Thank you very much. The new digs are it's like the old Tom Hanks film Money Pit. It's not good. Why are you barking, Tallulah? I mean, my God.
She's like, focus on me.
I mean, it's like, it's 2 a.m. Tallulah, come here. Yeah, do I have to give you another? They love these gummy bears. I mean, seriously. You going to do it? Come here.
Well, they're all hopped up on sugar, Rob.
I know. It's crazy. Medicated movie reviews sends it in a super chat and says, "First of all, I have to thank you for Cody Banks, one of my first theater movies. Also, I really think you'd find our channel interesting. Happy birthday." Well, Medicated movie reviews, everybody should go and subscribe to their channel. I haven't seen it, but great. And the fact that you knew that, yes, I was a producer on Agent Cody Banks, As a matter of fact, we help. Here's a funny thing about Hollywood. If you look at the end credits of Agent Cody Banks, I am the only producer. There's like 27 producers. They all have to share a credit. What I negotiated was a single card credit in the end, the main titles. In this movie, they were at the end, Agent Cody Banks. My name is emblazoned across the screen, and it was fantastic. So I was happy to have that done. But I had to pay a price.
Was it you that explained that people have to negotiate to get?
Oh yeah, it ain't show friends; it's show business. Yep, everything needs to be negotiated. Never roll over ever, because if you're making money, the funny thing is the people in power begrudge the people that actually make the stuff because they get successful. It's so weird. What can you do? Stub McShave, congratulations on your birthday. Thank you, Stubble. The movie The Jokers with Michael Crawford, Oliver Reed, and Michael Horden premiered on the same day as you. It was released on May 15th, 1967. I did not know that. I've never seen the film. For me, I'm an Ice Station Zebra fan. I love that movie. It's like 3 hours long. I love the whole premise. It's so good. I love it. It's great.
If you really want to see something with Oliver Reed, go look up Oliver Reed on Letterman and watch that performance of him on there.
Oh my God. I've seen it. It's amazing. Crazy. Stubble McShave says, I spent yesterday doing a Kurosawa marathon. Toshiro Mifune is to Kurosawa as De Niro is to Scorsese. And he's great in those movies. I think his importance for the Shogun series is underappreciated. He gave it legitimacy. Stubble, as you know, the Shogun miniseries with Lord Buntaro is one of my favorite things in the world. I love it. Should it have ended? No. And 42 years ago when they made it, I'm sure Americans were like, why are you making this book into a movie? Why do you want to glorify Asian Americans? I'm sure that all happened. So, we, however, are going to see the truth. There's a new version. It's going to tell us what we need to know, which is good. So, Mario.
Did I hear the other day you were talking about CW? Like they're going out of business, but yet they've just. What did they just pick up? Spin-offs of Supernatural, Walker.
Yeah, but that's because those are the shows they know. And when they have to come down to the nitty-gritty, I mean, they had to say something. Their stock price was hammered. It's not good. I mean, the entire American economy is now up for grabs.
I mean, Netflix is talking about doing live streaming now.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. Well, listen, kids. Tom?
Is that all the super chats?
I think so. I think I finished them all. Mario Lopez says, happy birthday, Rob. I will keep watching you here on the Campy Show. If you remember, please give me a happy birthday, too, on the Campy Show on May 23rd. I can't promise you that. It's tough because we get so many of those things. But I will try and remember. Try and remember the thing. I will try. So I think, Tom, that's the end of this episode of Midnight Metal. Right?
Yeah, I think it was a successful episode.
I think so, too.
I enjoyed the guy that came on from Legacy.
Yep.
That was awesome.
I think it's a great show. And, I mean, it wouldn't be a great show without you. and the
Yeah,
fellow
and happy
moderators.
birthday.
So, yeah, thank you. So let's end the stream respectably and in an erudite way. So I want to say thanks to my moderators, people like Tom Jr. Jackson and S Beam. Thank you so much for making the channel as fun as it is. I want to thank everyone who sends in tips and super chats. That's very nice. You
Darren
keep the
Seeley
channel
is
going.
there too, by the way.
Oh, Darren Seeley was there. Well, Darren, thank you for that. And people that send in tips and super chats, thank you so much. And what we try to do, what we strive to do, is give our community, the Post-Geek Singularity, by the way, the best community on YouTube. We just try and expand fan servicing and making sure that if you're an imagination connoisseur, this is the place you need to be. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I do believe it. But on that note, all of you, Tom Jr. Jackson, you are a goof person. Thank you for supporting this channel and all of us. And thank you for being here on my Midnight Metal birthday stream. It's been fun. So much fun.
It has. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, well, thank all of you. And on that note, I will say this. Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. And with that, I say, do not go quietly into this good night.